Hi everyone, I'm Destiny Jackson, your host of the Winning Her Way show. We're a sports media platform dedicated in helping female athletes with visibility, empowerment, and economic opportunities. Today we have a very special guest on the show, Brie Clark. Welcome to the show, Brie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Excited to have you on the show. Thank you for rescheduling with me and
Of course.
working through my busy schedule. So can you start by telling us who you are, where you're from, and what it is that you do?
Yeah, I'm Brie. I'm originally from Alabama. My freshman year, I went to Utah State, so all the way on the other side of the country, and then transferred to Clemson, and now I'm a grad student, finishing out my gymnastics career and getting ready for the real world.
Okay, so tell me what inspired you to get into gymnastics.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I tried literally every sport under the sun, but nothing really stuck except for basketball and gymnastics.
Ooh.
And then, and then it came like to a point where my parents were like, okay, like you got to pick one. So I ended up picking gymnastics, and I think it was a good choice because I'm not very tall. um, but yeah, like I just love the challenges and how like gymnastics is different every single day and it's never the same and you keep learning. So that's kind of what like drew me to gymnastics and kind of kept me in it.
Wait, how tall are you?
I'm like, okay, with shoes, 5 foot.
Okay. So I see why you were like, let me leave basketball alone.
Yeah.
You could have been a point guard.
Yeah.
Point guards are
I've
so
actually
small.
I want to say it was like 2 weeks ago, me and my family, we were like rewatching like my old like basketball videos, and it was so funny because I was like the smallest person like on the
On the
court. And
court. Yes, it's okay. So you found what worked for you. So talk to us about your experience at Clemson and just the transition from home to there.
yeah, so like initially when I went to Utah State, it was such a culture shock. Like I've never seen snow, and it snows
Okay.
so much there. Um, but it was very different. And then I transitioned to Clemson, and they have so many resources here, it's ridiculous. Like anything that you need to be successful, like academically or like in your sport, they provide it, and they want you to be your very best, and they prepare you for the real world. So that's been really nice, and I absolutely love it here because it's very similar, like weather wise, and like southern feel
Right.
is very similar to how it is like for me at home.
Okay, so you sound like you're enjoying Clemson. Like this isn't an advertisement. Like you're
Yeah.
okay. That is amazing because I know for a lot of people it's hard to transition just going all the way from somewhere like Utah. Like that is definitely just a different shift. So which
Yeah.
one do you enjoy more? It sounds like
Yeah, Clemson.
Clemson is where you're gonna be. Okay. So tell me about one of your favorite accomplishments in your career. It doesn't have to be just at Clemson, but just as a gymnast.
I would say it's a tie between two. So my freshman year, we won conference for like the first time ever at Utah State, and like that's something that I'll never forget because it was just everybody kind of counted us out, and we came into that meet like, okay, like we have nothing to lose, like we're gonna go and win this thing. And then we ended up winning, and it was such a memorable moment. And then the other one I would say was this year when I landed the biles, like after the routine, just my teammates being around me, and like some of them were like tearing up with me because they were like so happy for me, and it was just such a special moment to celebrate with them and to have them as like my best teammates ever.
That is amazing. So y'all made history at Utah
Mm-hmm.
with that championship. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And I just always have been impressed with like gymnasts because like it's your own routine. Like
Yeah.
I played basketball, so I had four of the girls with me. Like we had to like work together. But you're out there, like spotlight is on you. Like that is your moment. So congratulations to you, just even taking on gymnastics and leaving basketball behind. Because that is the pressure. Like that just seems like a lot of pressure. So tell us how you've been able to balance your personal life and like your busy schedule as a gymnast.
Yeah, I for me, taking little moments to make sure like I find different parts of myself that I like. So like for me, I love like drawing and painting and like crafty stuff. So
Mhm.
making sure I take the time to do that at least like once or twice a week. And also making sure that I'm reaching out and making like friends outside of my sport, whether that's athletes in other sports or like just people like regular students that don't aren't in athletics, but just like making sure you form those relationships but also like taking time for yourself and kind of discovering yourself because sometimes athletics takes up a lot of time,
It does.
and so sometimes it feels like you have like little to no free time, but just kind of like making sure and scheduling that time for yourself,
And I
definitely.
think it's important that you mentioned like you finding your friends outside of your sport
Hmm.
because when you're already consuming half of your day to your sport and now let's hang out girl and it's like your teammates, it can be like a lot. And it's
Yeah.
it's normally safer for athletes because you form that bond off of just your sport. So I think that's important too, is like finding connections outside of your sport because your sport isn't forever unless you make it
Yeah.
forever. Unless you make it forever. But not for everyone. So you have to have your
Yeah.
identity outside of that. So that was really important. Okay, so tell us what advice you would give to a gymnast who wants to take their career to the next level, even if it's from high school to college.
Yeah. I would just say the biggest piece of advice that I wish I would have kind of told myself is don't compare your journey to someone else's. Sometimes it can be hard, especially like with recruitment, because recruitment for me was really, really hard. And it is hard because you're happy for other people when they commit, but it's like also a sense of like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I wish I could like, be in that place instead of
Right.
like stressing about like where am I going? I don't know what school I'm going to. So like just making sure like reminding yourself like your journey may not look like the person next to you, and to embrace the challenges that you face in your journey because you'll look back on it and appreciate them when you look back.
That is such great advice. Like, no, seriously. Like, I'm sitting here like, she's just preaching to me because I can relate to that too. Like, it's easy to like watch someone else's journey and wonder why am I not there? Like, we're
Yeah.
the same age, same grade.
Yeah.
Why is that her opportunity instead of mine? Yes.
Yeah.
So take your journey for what it is and how it comes, for sure. So tell us, who is your GOAT in women's sports? It can be any sport, it doesn't have to be yours, but just someone, and it could be more than one, but just someone you look at and is like, she is like that.
I would say like like gymnastics answer. I would always say Simone
Yeah.
because she's like been in a category of her own for years now. And so she's just basically competing against herself to be the best version of herself. So I would just say like she's the GOAT, and she's making a way for like other like women athletes, as well as like African American athletes too, because our sport's a predominantly white sport. So sometimes it can be like a little bit discouraging when you don't see like a lot of us like
Right.
competing or like at the highest level, and Simone is, I mean, the highest level. So she's inspiring not just only females but like other black gymnasts too.
That is so true because seeing a representation like of yourself out there makes you feel like it's possible instead of
Yeah.
like watching something where you're like, okay, that can never be me because
Yeah.
that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I should be dribbling a ball, or like the usual
Yeah.
stigma where they put us in a
Yep.
box. Conversation for another day. Um, so if you were not a gymnast, what career would you see yourself pursuing?
Mm. I would say like I also in high school for like a hot minute did track, and I absolutely loved it. So I would probably say track. But then it became like a thing of like, okay, like timing, like this is just not gonna fit in the schedule
Right.
anymore. So then I just had to like go back to focusing on gymnastics. But I would say track. It was a blast for my time doing it.
How long did you do it, or like what grade?
I want to say it might have been middle school. It might have been like eighth grade and ninth grade. Um, but it was a blast.
Okay, so that's a good answer too because track wasn't quite for me. So
I
I'm just
liked the
impressed with
sprints.
yeah. Okay, gotcha. So tell me, what are some of your long-term goals? It can be within your sport or just your life in general.
Yeah, so like I've been thinking about this a lot because I'm like, it's kind of sad, but like this is like my last year of gymnastics. Um, and so like thinking about like the real world and stuff, like I know that right now I'm in a master's of sports business and analytics. So I want to do something like data science or data analytics, for a professional team or like an athletic department.
Yeah, see,
So
it's
it's looking
cute
at-
because I think like you can't like like having sports your whole life like that, and then like the real world comes and you're supposed to just
Yeah,
done with sports. So I like that like your degree is tying into that, where you can like still enjoy your work.
yeah,
You know, like I didn't want to just go real world. Now you're behind a computer just
yeah.
doing something
Love
you didn't
that.
really
Yeah,
want to. So that's good for you. You seem like you got your head on your shoulders and like a good plan for yourself going next.
yeah.
So for my last question for you, what does winning her way mean to you?
I would say like it kind of ties back to like the journey, but like winning her way is like winning throughout your own journey, finding those little wins through the ups and downs of your own journey and becoming a better person on the other side of
That is a great answer. I always get great answers to that question. I always
it.
ask everyone each interview, and I always get a great answer for that. And they're always different, but come back to like the same idea. And that really is exactly what it means. And I think you're winning your way by doing your sport of your choice. You know, you didn't just choose basketball because it was
Yeah.
what we're supposed to do. You decided to take a leap of faith, and I love that for you. And you should continue to just, I don't know, like if you, wait, are you into like public speaking, or like is that like something you would ever do?
I'm open to it. I've been told like my mom thinks she's like you're gonna be in front of a camera talking
Or
someday. I'm like,
something?
okay,
I don't
mommy.
know. You're just really like the answer is like you're. I feel like you're speaking to me. What question was it? You had answered. It was one of the questions you were like preaching to me, and I was like, okay. Oh yeah, not to compare your journey to somebody else's, and a lot of people I know can relate to that, and that's in anything, whether it's sports or just life in general. Like people can relate to that, and you got to continue what you're doing because whether or not, like whether you believe it or not, like you might think, okay, Clemson is not me being Simone Biles, but like somebody's looking up to you and somebody's watching you, and somebody's like, look at that black girl doing something that they might have not thought they could. So keep inspiring people.
Thank you.
Yes, no, seriously, like please do. Like keep going. Don't stop. I do want us to keep in touch. Like I want to like be able to come back to my like interviewees and be able to talk again and do like
Yeah,
updates and check in. Like don't be a stranger.
I
I
will.
follow you. Like I want to keep in touch and hopefully like we can do another interview again. And I appreciate your time
Of
coming on the show.
course. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. You can expect it to be posted within like a week or so, and we can watch it back.
Okay,
Thank you so
sounds good. Of
much.
course. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, hold on. Before you go, we have a comment for you.
Oh,
Brie is the
aw,
biggest inspiration to my little girl. She has the biggest heart.
that's so
That's
sweet.
so sweet. I tried to tell her. I just met Brie 5 minutes ago, and I can tell you're inspiring people, whether you know it or not. So, yes, keep going, and we will talk very soon.
We'll talk soon.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Bye.